Okay, taking it apart, first unscrew the gear lever, the gear knob. That's M10 thread by 1.5 pitch. Then you 10mm socket. Okay. Then take a cross screwdriver, undo the 2 screws. Okay. Screw the clamp and a plastic clip. Okay, so then we got the spring, put that onto one side. Then we can look at this cap, again M10. Now this is sprung loaded. I might need the span on that just to finish that off. Not going to wash it. The cap then comes off. I've ground this part away to allow it to be released, so I can revolve that around. Okay, this is the cap. This is the weak point here, apparently. Okay, now the gear lever itself, you see this portion is sprung loaded. This just pulls out. You can see there's a rubber isolator in there, further help the isolation of vibrations from the gear lever. You got this sphere here, and this part is the bit that engages in the joint in the bottom. If we just turn that over, we can have a look at that in a moment. So what I'll do, I'll take this off. This is the reverse lockout. Again, 10mm. Sprung loaded. Get all these bits come out. So here we go. See how this is made up. So you've basically got these little shoulder sort of inserts with a spring. Got a bolt going through. That's the lockout plate, and this is sort of the adjuster. There's 2 bolts here with lock nuts, and you can adjust the amount these bolts protrude through, and it actually releases the pressure ever so slightly on the, or applies more pressure, should I say. As they come out, it'll apply more pressure to the lockout or less, so that's how you adjust the amount you have to knock the lever over is these two bolts here. So that's the reverse lockout mechanism off. Seen underneath now, we'll take this plate off. This is a, what have I got here? 8mm socket, and you can see that. Take these screws off. Underneath these bolts is actually a lock washer, so don't lose the washer. Close this up. Be careful not to lose the washers. Once they're gone, you'll never find them again. Believe me, from experience, I know. A moment just to make sure everything is back together. It'll save you hours later. So this is the sort of plate underneath the lockout mechanism. There's a hole here. People partially tape this to stop the locking pin from being lost. You can see underneath now, and you can clearly see the reverse switch underneath. So if you want to remove this shaft, you can remove this pin with 10mm and knock it out. I'm not going to do that. That's as far as I'm going to go today. To adjust the gear stick position against the spring, you can adjust these two bolts here. There you go. How to take one apart.